Hello. What is up? What is up? Hello, Jello. Already late. It was a minute and 30 seconds, sir. How dare you? How dare you? But it is another Friday, which means we're doing more Rogue Trader today. Hi. Who's up? And we have a kitten who's decided to demand attention the instant I go live. The 30 seconds of it, I'll never get back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, last week we did the Thassera quests to get our Arbites guy all happy. I got my body stolen, so that was cool. Look at this. Look at this. This is you. This is what you are. You're nothing but a clump of fur. Never-ending clump of fur. I swear to God. Finally made it back to Dargonus. I did. We are literally floating in space above Dargonus. All he is fur and chaos, pretty much. He is a good pillow, though. He is a good pillow. I will say that. Now. Alright, you're done. Let's go. We did a thing. We're going to do the last thing here. Never mind? Wait, what? What am I missing? Wait, hold up. Is Janice just missing a fucking thing? Because this one is blocked by Dark Sages. Huh. I guess there's just one less. Interesting. Alright, I can't do it. I didn't think I could do anything there. Alright. Alright. Well then. Let's hop to it. Let's go to the Administratum, right? Because that's where... Why is Solomorn level up? Wait, are you necessary here? Oh, god damn it. Some planets have conviction upgrades that require you to be rank 2 to unlock. So this missing one to me is probably a heretic. That was probably a heretic planet burned them. Gotcha. I wonder what my... Well, I'll check it whenever we get to... I guess my heretic level is, like, really fucking low. I've not been going heretic, basically, at all. I wouldn't mind getting to level 2 heretic, though. Here, let's level him up real quick while we're doing this. Do I have any favorited? Nope. Wait. Half of his tough, half of his shields block. This is actually pretty good, right? As long as he's not getting hit. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do binding purpose. I like immunities. Immunities are quite good. All right, let's take a look at my guys. So we are actually only 15 XP on Heretical away from rank 2, which is nice. What was the story of the week 2? For the first round of combat, everyone in the Rogue Traders party gains a 25% regained 1 AP after killing an enemy. However, triggering this effect immediately manifests psychic phenomena. Does not reset the cooldowns of attacks and abilities. Ew. Which thing is good? Basically, he's immune to a whole bunch of shit. Ah, okay. What did I get for this again? Rogue Trader and allies spend 30 less momentum. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. And so I'm already adherent here, so I'm already basically fixed and done with Dogmatic. First round of combat, all critical hits scored by the Rogue Traders party inflict burning 10. In addition, all fire damage suffered by enemies is increased by 1. Reach. Okay. Since more phenomena equals, yeah, and like she's already like a staple of the party, so that's actually really good for me. Rogue Trader and their allies gain a 10% chance to survive with 1 wound instead of falling unconscious. Oh, okay. I actually did not realize that was a thing. Yeah, because like I looked at this once when I first started the game. I haven't really looked at these since. Start their combat with temporary wounds equal to their own resolve. Gotcha. Rogue allies gain 2+ Rogue Trader's Iconoclast rank additional movement points. So you get 5 additional movement points every time? Okay. Current value 209. We're actually relatively close to Fanatic at this point. Which would get us what? What do you get? Once per battle, the Rogue Trader may choose an ally. Target ally may immediately use their heroic act without spending momentum. Not applicable to allies whose heroic act is on cooldown. Oh. Interesting. Just do that with Adira, turn 1, and just fucking heroic lightning everybody and they all die. Alright, anyway. We've done the thing. Hold up, what is this? Through the efforts of the Adeptus Arbites at my family estate, 12 criminals among the members of my family were terminated. The proctor in charge of the purge decreed that the bodies be left lying at the scene of the crime for further investigation. 40 planetary cycles have passed since. The heavy odor and vermin resulting from keeping dead bodies without the ability to transport them ceased to be of concern for me after the first 2 cycles. However, the mummified remains of the criminals prevent my estate from properly functioning at this time. I humbly request that another officer be assigned to oversee the investigation. They be informed of the necessity of progressing the investigation of my home. Petition rejected in accordance with protocol blah blah blah. Basis the assignment of the head investigator is regulated by protocol blah blah blah. A fine is to be imposed on the petitioner for failing to preserve the evidence. My God. I would fucking bomb this place. The divine watches over us. All right. Oh, hey. Authorize the study of the special category of Thassertium. There is a note in the margin that has been underlined twice. Evaluation required. Calculate value. Boarded the Heartless as part of the unit led by S. Anthar. Neutralized the target Sargona. The captured vessel was turned into an escort ship. The word escort has been circled several times in ink. You exceed your limits now. Exactly. Arrived on Rykad Minoris. During the evacuation, took S. Anthar aboard the flagship. The world is to be considered null and void. A side note reads, damage assessment, tithe recalculation urgent. Sacred Scroll, the 1005 admonitions of Master of Inventory of there's a lot of A words in that fucking thing. Alright. The shriveled, insect-like old woman greets you with a keen look. Welcome back to the Temple of Law and Order, your lordship. I've already been informed that you are here about Thassera. Prefect Vulture. Well, her name is Vulture. nods to herself and snaps her brittle fingers, prompting a serval skull to flit closer. The creaking of its quill filling the air. Begin entry 55, blah, blah, blah. In the matter of the world, the Thassera and its obligation to pay the imperial tithe, this audience with the prefect of the business. Now then, what were you fighting, Steri von Valancius? Um. Hmm. Heretic can seize power out the Thassera. I had him executed. I feel like she doesn't care about this, but we'll see. I see. This is regrettable news. Even if your action was forced by circumstance, the loss of the governor means the loss of the very stability that any servant in the administratum is immutably obligated to uphold and protect. Well, let us get to the record then. Rogue trader Terry von Valancius effected the execution of the governor of Thassera, appointed by... Can you not kill him? Wait. Is there another option there? I guess maybe if you're a heretic. Appointed by the Adeptus Administratum, preliminary damage assessment and restoration forecast of the world's key structures, class A severe. Noted and recorded. Discovered warp active mineral. I can quite confidently deem that outcome to be adverse to the interests of the Imperium. Alas, your lordship, I am duty bound to deliver an exact and impartial assessment of the events. Rogue trader Terry von Valancius authorized the study of a presumably warp-corrupted material located... Excuse me. Warp active. Why presumably... Whatever. Material located on the world Thassera. Due to the danger of the planet resulting from the decision, tithe shipments from Thassera can no longer be considered safe and are to be halted until further notice. Noted and recorded. I'll be frank with you, your lordship. The conclusions that were drawn regarding the Thassera inspection were far from satisfactory. Minor disturbances such as the mass execution of mutants, or the rabble's plot, disguised as a celebration, are not nearly as dangerous as the, if you will permit my choice of words, coup that resulted from your intervention. I understand the consequences are something that those endowed with power are wont to leave to their service to deal with, and therefore something they find acceptable to ignore. However, I hope my words may help you to revise your approach to executing the Imperium's will in the Cronus Expanse in the future. Bitch. You're twisting the facts regarding my efforts. I, his lowly and unworthy servant, have no right to twist any facts. My duty is to assess consequences and do everything I can to make sure that the Imperium receives what it is owed. This is my purpose. This is the purpose of my existence. Speaking from my wealth of experience, if I do say so myself, taking care of the Imperium's prosperity is a heavy burden, albeit an honorable one. The fact that even a rogue trader can run into difficulties while doing it only further confirms my many years of observations. Why did you obtain such detailed information? Duty dictates the Adeptus Administratum officials always be adequately informed. Otherwise, our service to the Imperium's order would be of rather questionable use. Unfortunately, it is for this same reason that I cannot disclose my sources to you. Fair. Case closed on Thassera. Closed and recorded, yes. However, that was just the first item of the agenda. Now on to the next matter. Oh my god. Begin entry, blah, blah, blah. Competency assessment of Proctor Solomon Anthar based on his performance during the mission of the world Thassera. Competency assessment? Very well, Prefect. I'm listening. Did nothing that could be considered a violation of the Lex Imperialis? I don't think. Granted, my knowledge of the Lex Imperialis is roughly fucking zero. So I'm gonna say this with authority that can only be caught like that. Basically, I'm gonna pretend to be a climate activist, and I'm going to say this with all of the knowledge and authority of somebody who has no idea what they're talking about. He did nothing wrong. So to avoid misunderstanding, allow me to clarify that I'm not making any judgment, but rather gathering information at Marshal Strack's request. Proctor Anthar, you will be evaluating your own conduct in this instance. For my part, I'll merely state a few key points. Let us begin. How would you describe your performance, taking into account the following facts? You took part in the execution of an administratum appointee without its appropriate permission. You also allowed yourself to be captured, thus endangering your mission and imperiling the valuable equipment issued to you by the Adeptus Arbites. What is more, you sanctioned a tithe-related decision that carries adverse consequences for the Imperium. That is all. Proceed to your self-evaluation. I took every effort and was acting solely in the name of the Lex Imperialis. However, the outcome of the mission speaks for itself. My verdict is thus that my performance in the Thassera case was inadequate. Noted and recorded. Now that the Thassera inspection report has been properly entered into the record, allow me, on behalf of the Adeptus Administratum, to officially extend our gratitude to you for the support you provided to us. May the Von Valency's name be forever praised, and may the Emperor protect your dynasty for many generations to come. That said, I must now request your assistance in a different capacity. A number of highly important court cases have accumulated in the Palace of Justice, the kind that requires formal resolutions of the Road Trader himself. It's fine. Oh, how will it proceed? Defendants will speak first, whereupon you can ask me clarifying questions on the case, and then a death sentence must be passed. You are, of course, free to judge otherwise, but an execution is preferable, since in every case that will come before you, an outcome without highly unpleasant consequences is unlikely. Executions reduce the number of malcontents and motivate prospective defendants to solve their problems before they come under the purview of the Road Trader's court. All right, well, the Road Trader's made to do is mete out justice. I agree. I relegated my current tasks in advance, and thus am ready to escort you to the Palace of Justice immediately. Please follow me. I was not expecting to okay. Why is a gun pointed at that pillar? This is, yeah, that is 100% a gun. Why is it pointed at this pillar? Glory to House Von Valancius. We are honored to welcome you to the Palace of Justice, your lordship. Do you wish to proceed to the session at once, or will you grace me with any questions I might humbly answer? In any case, they're usually heard here. Only most important ones that involve the interests of the highest born persons and prominent factions of the Imperium. Disputes between noble houses that go on for generations. Conflicts between God Emperor servants who are vested with authority and whose disagreements affect trade and security of the Protectorate. And other litigations of great significance. Since you know you need to be really serious to protest your property taxes, fair. Cases litigated in the Palace of Justice quite literally concern matters of life and death. In such instances, there's always a guilty party whose lies, connivances, or negligence have caused damage to the Protectorate. The task of the judge is to establish guilt and pass a stern sentence, as order cannot be imposed without those, or without summary executions. Alright, let's begin. Please follow me. Court will now hear case whatever, the doleful host against the astropathic choir of Dargonus. Representatives for the parties will present their arguments following standard procedure. Wait, the doleful host. Astropathic choir, okay. My name is Sister Juth, and I represent the doleful host. O God, Emperor's anointed one, we came upon a group of heretics whose minds brimmed with the most shameless thoughts. We captured them and tortured them as befits their transgressions. From what we were able to discern from their wailing and screaming, the head of the astropathic choir is plotting to betray the House of Von Valancius. No one is a liar when flame is caressing their flesh. That's not true, actually, at all. The doleful host surrounded the choir building and demanded that the heretic be handed over. It was solely out of respect for the anointed one that we refrained from burning down the wayward heretic's den on the spot. However, say but the word, and we shall take him, that he may undergo a righteous cleansing. The arguments are acknowledged and should be weighed on the scales of justice. The representative would retreat to the Chapel of Patience to wait the verdict. I'm Master Angelio. I represent the Dargonus Astropathic Choir. These insidious and ignorant people are passing off their victims' ravings as truth. Your lordship, people will say anything under torture just to make the agony stop. That is true. We have served House von Valancius faithfully for decades. Master Pross, the longest of all. Please order them to stand down. Big disc, quick answer should... Yeah. Big disc, quick. Ask our ship's choirmaster whether Master Pross of Dargonus is known to engage in any compromising behavior. At once, Lord Captain. Also just fall silent for several minutes until Vigdis's voice returns. Choirmaster Weiss has known Master Pross for quite a long time. He has made a very measured statement to the effect that for some time now, the mental images conveyed by Pross have taken on a shade of profound anxiety and have become more aloof and detached overall. Zachary Weiss attributes this to Pross's horrific experience during the warp storm, but he is less than completely sure, as there is still something that sets the Dargonus choirmaster's messengers apart from those of his fellow survivors. Alright, details about the parties. Let's see who among them is trustworthy. The doleful host is a respected cult of the God Emperor. One second. How many cults are there in Warhammer 40k? Question mark. Near infinite. All right, that's kind of what I expected. After cult number 732 that we've run into in just what I've played in this game. Anyway, getting back to it. The Doleful Host is a respected cult of the God Emperor. The Adeptus Ministorum has deemed them to be paragons of virtue who combat every manner of heresies and have enlisted their aid in various conflicts. Naturally, the ecclesiarchy stops short of counting them among its warriors, but it uses them in very similar ways. The Astropathic Choir hardly needs an introduction. They are some of the most valuable servants of the Imperium, without whom any and all communication between your worlds would collapse. The Dargonus Choir took horrific casualties in the recent major warp storm. Master Pross made an enormous effort to at least partially restore communication. While we may not have proof of his innocence, Pross's dedication to his duty is beyond doubt. As you can see, this is an intricate situation. You see clearly now that no matter what decision you make, it will backfire on you. However, there's a way to benefit from this. Allow the host to dispense their vigilante justice, then accuse the fanatics of violating an ancient agreement that forbade the ecclesiarchy from having its own army, and proceed to confiscate the host's property. I want to hear my right news opinions. Lord Captain, without a choir master, the power of Dargonus' Ashpass would be significantly diminished. Also, where the replacement is found for Master Pross, he cannot be executed. There is a Corda world that owes us an old debt, which could be repaid with a seasoned astropath. We can make the request, although it would leave the planet in question with barely any means of communication. Both parties have shown disrespect for the Imperium's authority. The Doleful Host is engaging in mob justice, and the defendant did not even deign to stand trial in person. Sentence them both to death. That would be the optimal outcome. No more does the blind man listen to the distant light. Concealed behind the false god, abomination lies in his heart, and it's burning, burning, burning. Oh my, Lord Captain, looks like our astropath really is lost to corruption. I swear he's hiding something under that robe of his, either an amulet or some unholy mark. Those rabid zealots are going to find it on him, alive or dead. The little voices are laughing, saying you may kill the traitor, but don't expect any good to come of it. Ah, that's why there's a gun. As you wish, your lordship. Who is to face the death penalty? Oh, shit. Let's see. Let us see Sister Judith prove her faith. She may execute Pross if she acknowledges that the host is a minor army of the ecclesiarchy. For indeed it is one in essence. If the sister agrees that upon Pross's execution, the doleful host will be sentenced to exile and expropriation, lest they be tempted to take up arms again. Yeah, let's do this. Spoken like a true heir to Lady Theodora, who could squeeze gold out of a rock, Sister Judith would never recant her statement. She will have no choice but to accept her conditions. Nice. Court will now hear petition whatever. Restated. The petitioner, Cardinal Anvilus. Your argument is please, Cardinal. Gone. I am impure, O Emperor's anointed one. I am beset by impure thoughts, but no one believes my confessions. I've been giving away the treasures I possess, only for people to bring me more. Worse still is the knowledge that I am leading people astray. They look at me and believe a state of perfect grace is attainable, while I am very tired. Most terrible of all is that my brethren, the preachers of the Coronis Expanse, see me as a holy man. Their delusion has been so persistent that they sent a petition to Holy Terra asking that I be made a saint. That was when I became firm in my decision to submit to torture in front of my congregation, thus reminding them that no holiness exists unless bestowed as a gift by the God Emperor. Even clerics of my rank can and must repent, thus becoming more pure every day. Please allow me to undergo mortal torture in his name in front of my parishioners. Am I hearing this correctly? Is the Cardinal asking me to torture to death for... That is correct. In addition, he insists on your subjects bearing witness to it, as a lesson to them, so to speak. To refuse a cardinal is impious in itself, but to execute one who is a saint in all but name... you devise an elegant rendering of the sentence, one that will convince everyone that you are in the right, and save you from being branded as singular. All you must do is accuse the cardinal of intending to murder all... All you must do is accuse the cardinal of intending to murder an all but canonized individual. No fucking way. You wish to kill yourself. Therefore, you are attempting to murder a saint. As such, I sentence you to death. Oh, fuck. That's funny. Oh shit, that's actually really funny. What's my retinue have to say? The blood-spot web is knowledgeable in ways of torment one's flesh without going to the undying one before due time. Domin allow us to help Cardinal Anvilus attain enlightenment and experience the purity of a near-death state. Undergoing our rite should make him realize it is not in his gift to sever his own thread. According to the Lex Imperialis, a candidate saint may personally challenge their sainting by petitioning the ecclesiarch on Holy Terra. Sidestepping the head of the imperial cult is a violation of the Emperor's law. Since astropathic communication with the rest of the Imperium has been disrupted, I propose to put Cardinal Envolus on a ship that crosses the Maw so he can submit his request with every formality observed. The Maw is closed. That does nothing to diminish the stipulation of the Lex Imperialis. Besides, following the letter of the law absolves you of the necessity of tainting your hands with the blood of a potential saint. Either the Cardinal will cross the Maw, thus proving his sainthood, or he'll perish if the Emperor wills it. As you can see, the Lex Imperialis has all the answers. Oh my god. Ready to pass by statement. Attention, the Road Trader speaks. Yeah. Like, I actually really like having Cabela take care of this. Because, like, this is one sanctioned cult of the Emperor. basically performing their like secondary purpose, I guess. Because killing is their primary purpose. Torture is their secondary purpose. To assist the saint in his attempts to reach even more purity. So we are going to have Cabela torture this priest. The old woman chews her lips anxiously. That grants the request only in part, but you're probably the only one who believes the cardinal will survive the death cult's ordeal. If everything happens as you envision it, the cardinal will back down from his intention, and his flock will not be bereft of their saint. Exactly. The rogue trader has made his will clear. Cardinal Anvilus will leave the Palace of Justice and accept his fate. Are you okay, kid? Shelby just made a noise I have never heard in my life. Seems fine, though. I think she almost choked on her food. She's eating right now. Alright, but alright, she just went back to eating. She's fine. Let's move on to the last case for today. The court will now hear case whatever the fuck. Lady Mollis Secundus against the late Lord Mollis. Lord Mollis being deceased, he will be represented by his progeny, Agartha, and Sidney Mollis. Representatives for the parties will present their arguments following standard procedure. Is this like an inheritance case? I'm gonna fucking shoot myself. Your lordship, I am lady, whatever the fuck. Only 8 cycles ago, a man broke into my house posing as my husband, the late Lord Mollis. Contrary to what I know, he denies that he was killed by pirates. Instead, he purportedly survived thanks to the God Emperor's providence. However, I hold here his death certificate issued by the administratum, which clearly states that my husband passed away. I demand that this fraud be executed. The arguments are acknowledged and shall be weighed on the scales of justice. The representative will retreat to the chapel of patience to wait the verdict. Lordship, our father did survive. He really was captured by the pirates who were going to demand ransom, but the Imperial Navy managed to board the ship and rescue him. After he went missing, our mother, Lady Mollis, arranged for a death certificate before we received the good news. Now we are in the humiliating position of having to prove that our father is alive, while our mother is living with her new husband, Lord Secundus, and has taken over our family business. We implore you to restore Lord Mollis to his life and name. He is humbly awaiting your decision in the Chapel of Patience. All arguments have been acknowledged. Let the rogue trader's verdict be delivered. What does Lord Mollis have to say? Plays a vox recording of one of the servo skulls. Stop voice is interspersed with static, but you're able to make out the words. I am Mollis. When the pirates captured me, I thought I was doomed. But fate proved to be more gracious than that. I hurried home only to... From my own house... Wait, what? Oh, because it's fucking being interrupted. From my own house by my servants, and learned that Lady Mollis had already had me declared dead and married Lord Secundus. She'd also taken control over everything. Agartha recognized me. I'm losing my mind. What does the Lord Mollis family do? Manufactures nutritional rations. They supply the Astra Militarum, as well as worlds that have no food production of their own. With the Lord at the helm, they cover the needs of 3 regiments and 5 worlds. Now, it's 5 regiments and 12 worlds. One might say Lady Mollis Secundus has done much better than her husband did. Lady Mollis Secundus' talents are self-evident. She could easily boost production on any planet. What might be called her promotion under the guise of punishment would bring tangible benefits. You just so happen to think of several backwater worlds that have good potential, but lack the capable stewardship to match it. Let my retinue speak. How could the woman have possibly known for sure her husband would make it out of a major dust-up like that? The business had ground to a halt, so she took things in her own hands. Actually, Shireen, on a free, you're allowed to take several spouses precisely in case this happens. It would be a trifle for you to amend the laws of Lady Mollis Secundus' homeworld. Let her continue to fill your coffers. She's more than able to handle 2 husbands. Lady Mola Secundus is right that her children are the imposters' accomplices and are guilty of defaming the authenticity of administrative documents. Let the woman know that her heirs must face the same fate as the criminal, for so stipulates the Emperor's law. I'm ready to pass my verdict. I'll be silent. What is your decision, your lordship? I hereby sentence Lady Mola Secundus to a duty of exploration and development of the Protectorate's fringe worlds. Give her everything she needs to conduct her business. I expect her results to be impressive. As she has been found guilty, Lord Molas is to be deemed alive. Lady Mola Secundus will depart for her place of exile before the day ends. Arbitrators, carry out the sentence. Lady Theodora held court sessions like this to strengthen her subjects' faith in the Lex Imperialis and their fear of breaching it. Most useful practice, wouldn't you agree? It was amusing at first, but not for long. If we are finally done, I'll take my leave. Of course, your lordship. I dare not take up any more of your time. I am bored with court. I wish to do other things. Agitators filled with data on the workings of the Palace of Justice, listing things such as the names of servants and details of executions. Number of people entering the building is always greater than that of leaving. Of those leaving it. Yeah. Makes sense. Alright. The might of the Imperium's justice in the form of a massive melta weapon. The roaring torrents of flame it generates leave criminals without a single chance. Excerpts from the Lex Dargonus with addenda. The changes personally signed by Theodora Mon Valancius reflect the current situation in the Coronis Expanse. To appropriate another's possessions is a tragic aggression against his will, for he has divided all of humanity into those who are worthy of having said possessions and to those who are not. Really? Only an 80%?
What a shame.
No fucking way I got the 20. Are you kidding me? I hate this game. I debated on saving beforehand, but I was like, it's an 80%. So fucking stupid. Monumental scales barely fit inside the Palace of Justice. They were crammed into the hall after the Adeptus Arbites arrived. Wait, this is new as of like this week? What?
Only a fool sees the scales as a symbol of impartial judgment. A wise person knows that a deft hand will always tip the scales in the right direction.
Ooh, a new shield. Wait, what? There are 3 copies of the shield. The wielder gains bonuses based on... Ah. Interesting.
I would agree with you, Viljai. The position of the scales matters not if the Undying One's whisper contradicts it. You are living proof of that.
Financial reports. The procurement data does not match up with the spending, but this has been gracefully covered up by way of a shrinkage column. That's what they call it at Walmart. Whenever people steal shit or something breaks or goes bad or something like that.
I expected something heftier.
Lying is a transgression that burdens the soul of the one who commits it. Lying to a superior is a crime against the Imperium itself, for it disrupts its blessed structure.
These are merely excerpts from a few chosen paragraphs. The Lex itself is so vast that all of Dargonus' spires could not hold it.
All right, what do we got? Old complaint. Time-worn piece of paper bears a petition of some sort. You managed to make out only a fragment. Then he treacherously intruded upon the ancestral territories of House Kaprak and wrought destruction therein. The list of damages is headed by, but not limited to, 3 servitors of ancient make, 5 armored vehicles, and 10 cogitators whose machine spirits are beyond recovery. Consequently, we demand that House Sauerbeck be penalized for an amount thricely covering the damage inflicted. In support of our accusation, we provide the following. Oh, wait. To kill with the intent of enriching oneself of a crime. To kill for a righteous cause is a deed to be honored and exalted. I mean, that's just kind of normal, honestly.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Alrighty. That's something that's been done. Hooray, we did it. And now we go. What? Wait, why is the administratum still? Oh, because this time it's Jai's quest. That's what I thought we were doing originally, was doing Jai's quest. And then we ended up, it was the Arbites. And then we had to go to court for 1,000 years. Terry Von Valencius, you have returned. I hope the sacred document I trusted you last time was not successfully passed through the approval procedure. Here's your paper, complete with seals. Oh, yes, indeed. It is perfect. The seals are authentic, so we may continue with the certification procedure. Follow me, please. This looks like hell. Standing in line at the DMV for eternity. There we go. This is your queue, and your ticket number is 394. When it is your turn to be seated, the ranking prefect will review your documentation again. Sign the official certification for Jai Hidari to possess a Mercatum Tabula Official. You'll have a bit of a wait, but it will be worth it in the end, yes? I did not queue, I'm a rogue trader. Under the Lex Imperialis, your rights and privileges as a rogue trader come into effect only after your official ascension ceremony. Till then, you are just another humble subject of the Von Valancius Protectorate. Plus 113. try to think if this is something that I would do. Fuck it. Suppose I could make an exception, but only because Theodore von Valentius never once overlooked the laws of the Imperium or my advice. Here, may his blessing be upon you. All right, now it's time to steal everything. Hooray! Steal all the things, check all the things. Compose an order for the servitization of 90% of the population of asteroid mining station, whatever the fuck, for the purpose of increasing productivity. Prepare a set of documents for the reclassification of the world Vivos 6 as a penal colony on the orders of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valentius. That's duly appointed adepts of the Administratum, with conducting a review of all unresolved petitions in the last 6,000 cycles. Make a big recap. Yep. Words. Words were spoken and understood. Crowd hubs and surges like a sea in foul weather. The smell of unwashed bodies, ancient parchment, and ink assaults your nose. For many petitioners, this is not their first cycle waiting to be seen. Maintenance. Goods. Here's the thing here. Regiments of the Astra Militarum sent to the frozen world of Zediger through 2 required supplies of warm clothing, footwear, and snowshoes for a successful combat maneuver with a further offensive against the enemies of humanity and the Emperor. Due to a gross error by a low-ranking adept to the Adeptus Administratum, instead of aforementioned supplies, soldiers received 800 cryobanks, resulting in the death by freezing of the majority of troops before the commencement of the mission of retribution. For the purpose of improving efficiency, the adept responsible is subjected to servitude in perpetuitis, as a result of which he is now discharging his duties flawlessly. That's honestly kind of valid. It's like, you got 800 people killed because you were too stupid to do your job correctly. Fuck you. All the wires have been ripped out of the servitor's neck, and a yellow fluid is seeping from its damaged joints. How angry would a person have to be to do this?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Wait, what? Sacred Scroll. Oh yeah, we've already done this. Wait, how do we... So what the hell am I supposed to do here? Get in line, wait, play crosswords. It is literally something that I'm not supposed to do yet. That I'm supposed to do after I am, like, crowned the fucking I'm leaving. Did you make Jai skip the line? I coerced it. And then I got a ticket that said 301 instead of 390, whatever the fuck. So I'm assuming I still had to wait for 1,000 years. Yes, excellent. Then go get in line. No, I refuse. I will become the actual official rogue trader because apparently that hasn't happened yet. And then we will go and we will skip the entire line. Alt B. And like legitimately, if I found a thing that I could interact with, which was like just like get in line, I would have done it. There was one, you just didn't see it. Doesn't surprise me. Oh, what about it? Your lordship, I hope your stay to just said that the art of protecting my hands full. Allow me to report the esteemed navigators of House Orselio have taken residence in the guest estate and await a meeting with you. How would you like to receive them? Yeah, we'll make arrangements for reception worthy of whatever the fuck. Understood, your lordship. Would you like to hold this meeting shortly? Yes. We are ready. Some message is sent to retrieve the esteemed guests. Ugh. If there was one, I'll go back and I'll find it. Not a big deal. Regent Aranto Arcelio, esteemed delegation of the Rogue Trader and Von Valencia's Protectorate, welcome you. Well, come this way, please. I'm always trying to speed read those because the vast majority of the time, when I'm reading them out loud, those boxes will vanish long before I fucking get done reading them. Oh, the esteemed representatives of the Navis Nobilia have arrived. The region of the Great House Arcelio, Aranto Arcelio. His companions, lady, whatever the fuck, the whole lot of Orcelios. Got it. Understood. A tall, wizened old man proudly stares at you with milky, unblinking eyes. Loose skin sways with his every move as if the navigator's flesh is detached from his bones. An unsightly hole mars the regent's face where his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered in with spiky growths. That's fucking gross. Rogue Trader, on behalf of House Orsa... What is happening? Wait, what? 1 second. Okay. God damn. Dude, this is the second time that there's been a tornado watch for my area, and it has absolutely nothing to do with my actual area. Damn. It's gonna be raining like hell later, though. Hello, Taco! Alright. Sorry, I just got I got a notification on my phone. My phone lit up, and I just saw tornado watch in big letters. So I had to check that out real quick, make sure that I wasn't about to get fucking sent to Oz. Okay. Alright. Rogue Trader, on behalf of House Orcelia, we would like to express our immense satisfaction at this meeting and our gratitude for the warm welcome. It pleases us to know that there are still lords of the Coronis Expanse who observe etiquette and the traditions of hospitality. And this is not why we are here. Our grace is obliged to note how much the Rogue Trader has done for House Orcelia by protecting its beloved child. We have waited many turns to behold her radiant visage. Come now, child. There's much we need to discuss. Nod wordlessly. Esteemed Regent, it pleases me to see the gleaming sheen of gold and turquoise above your brow. It is thanks to the efforts of the Rogue Trader that I stand here today, and there is so much I want to tell you. What is it you desire to hear most? We know what happened at the station, child. Your connection to the Atlas has grown so strong. We felt the turmoil in your soul, and the events that transpired have shaken us. House Orcelio is deeply grateful to the Rogue Trader for the destruction of the saboteurs, and we are willing to reciprocate such a magnanimous gesture. We trust that a treaty of friendship and alliance underpinned by the transfer of several artifacts of exceeding rarity will suffice. Now come, child, it is time we depart for your new home so that we may finish what we started. Esteemed Regent, perhaps I could continue my education while I still accompany the Rogue Trader on his travels. Just imagine how much I could learn beyond the bounds of... I'd be honored if you decided to stay. Unthinkable! Hooray! Conflict! Yay!
Don't just stand there. Help the Rogue Trader defend the child and the palace.
Why are...
Down with Tisiphone's tyranny! Kill the god!
What the fuck?
I will be your end to the death.
Why is this happening? Wait. One of the wearers suffers a critical hit for the first time with all damage to this is prevented. After that, a blinded negative effect is inflicted on all characters of 2-star radius around the wearer. What the fuck? Oh. Do this. Have you here. Hey, I see ya. Put her here. Terry. All right, that should be good. That's fine. We could do this. Here, we'll do this. Oh shit! I can't get Terry now. Fuck. Because yeah, they can't overlap. Fuck. All right, we'll do this here.
Don't get too cocky.
What does this one do again? Dodge and parry by 20%. Or 27%. Wait. That's supposed to redirect. Yeah, this bodyguard should be within range. Wait, hold up. Oh, is he outside of range? Wait, no, he's in range of the fucking Raven. Hold the fuck, no, wait, this Perils of the Warp should have killed this guy instead. Yeah, he's in the circle. What the fuck? Dude, that sucks. I'm pissed.
You've got
Drink of agony.
onward. I must not. Moving out. How dare you? Follow my lead. Weather the storm.
Stay vigilant. For the
Follow
glory
my
of Imperium. Break this rock.
onward. The shadows will see it done.
I'm fucking mad. I'm like legitimately upset about that.
As honor ordains.
Really?
Going somewhere?
Okay, at least I was able to kill the fucking demon.
This is beyond me.
What?
Rejoice in service.
Oh shit, that was the wrong fucking thing. Also, why is he not in line of sight? What the fuck? I'm so confused.
For the heart next time.
All right, so we come over here. We do this.
Me. You insist, Lord Captain. If I may.
That's not the Seneschal's job. I'd rather not.
All right. We go. If I go here.
Indeed.
Why me?
Someone else can do this.
Can't believe I still have all these fucking movements. Like, I don't need them because they're all gonna fucking attack me, and then I'm gonna parry them, and then they're everything is gonna be fine. I could also just give him yet another turn. I'm still so fucking mad that a deer exploded there. Motherfucker, the bird should have redirected that to the fucking dude. It's so stupid.
I must not falter.
Oh shit, now it's just his actual turn. Hold up, there's stuff to be done first. We can't just ignore all this stuff on the floor. This is important. All right, what do you gotta say? Mercy! The lady navigator covers her face with her disfigured scaly hands, each with an extra finger, and conjoined phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, mostly that of your servants, and several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chest plate. Rogue trader, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harboring a monster that is cunningly pretending to be an innocent maid. Spare me, and I, Alina Heteria Orselio, will swear to tell you the whole truth about the madness that is devouring House Orselio, like a malignant tumor. Do not let the regent deceive you with the honeyed lies, lest the cursed child ruin your protectorate as well. So now or later. Literally killed my guards. Tried to kill me. Tried to kill my companion. I think we just throw her on the pyre. I sentence you to death for your crimes against a rogue trader and Lady Navigator Cassia. Any last words? Stephanie's heir be damned. I know that House Arcelia will cast off the tyrant's shackles someday, though not here and now. Others will come after me, and may our enemies tremble. If you take too long in this fight, she flees, and there's a second fight in the garden outside. I'm strongly debating on, like, any time that I play Owlcat games, I don't play them on normal anymore. Like, legitimately, I think that normal just doesn't give the kind of challenge that I... Because, like, I just wrecked through everybody. Like, one of my primary damage dealers died before she even was able to do any damage. And I still wiped the floor with this fucking fight. Like, I don't even know how you would take too long. Unless you're either, like, your builds are really, really, really bad. Or you're trying to solo everything for some reason. Or... even for a first-time play on Daring, unless... yeah. Like, I like playing through games on normal, normally. Because normal should be the default. And, like, in Kingmaker, normal was not easy if you didn't already know Kingmaker. Kingmaker would still fuck your shit up on normal if you didn't already know that game. And even in Wrath, there are some fights that are difficult on normal for, like, a first playthrough. Like the gargoyle fight, right? The one that I spent like 3 fucking streams on in the Lord of the Rings playthrough. That fight is rough even on normal, if you don't know it already. Core was unadjusted rules and normal gave you small bonuses. In this game, Daring is unadjusted rules and normal is bonuses. Yes, but normal is still the default expected difficulty that you're going to play on. Otherwise, they wouldn't call it normal. Like, just because it's not, like, tabletop rules doesn't mean it's not normal for this game. Normal should be the, like, it's supposed to be the default difficulty for that game. And, like, let's be real, Pathfinder could be really unforgiving, especially at low levels for characters. Like, literally, my first level 1 character, feel bad, so they just call it normal and then make Impossible to Lose mode story. Which is just stupid. It's just stupid. Make normal the default difficulty that you want your players to play on. Like, it should be the default experience that you want your players to have. But yeah, like in Pathfinder, level 1 Pathfinder is incredibly difficult at low level. Or it's incredibly dangerous, I should say, at low levels. My first ever Pathfinder character got knocked out in 1 hit. Like, literally, first combat, my character goes up against an orc. And the orc just hit me for enough damage to knock me down to below 0 HP in 1 shot. Like, tabletop Pathfinder is rough for low-level characters. But back to this game, though. Rogue Trader, House Orcelio humbly asks your lenience and forgiveness. We could not even imagine these vile rats could be scurrying among our ranks. As for them sneaking into the Rogue Trader's palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be our witness. Sometimes the dice just decided you die. Yeah. God Emperor be our witness. The accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. Must offer you compensation worthy of a Rogue Trader as a gesture of friendship and apology for any unpleasantness. Sometimes, yeah. So, and like it, it's like an orc is not supposed to be like an overly difficult fight for a level 1 character, just like a single orc. I think the actual fight was like an orc and 2 goblins, but the orc just ran up and fucking hit me in the face with his falchion, and I just went down. And then, like, everybody missed their attack rolls. So round 2, he just runs up to the other character, hits her in the face with his falchion, and she went down. Like, literally, the NPC character that our DM gave us. Friend of mine, experienced D&D player, had a pretty difficult time in the Canabras market on normal. Yeah, like the Canabras market, like, there's a lot going on there. Like, that's a pretty big area to basically start out with. Like, that's basically it's like almost your first real area to explore. Like, yeah, you have the maze and whatnot, but I kind of consider the Canabras market to be similar to the what was it, the old Sycamore or whatever, the fucking big tree area in Kingmaker. I kind of look at those as similar. The maze is only difficult on unfair, yeah, and on unfair it is very difficult. Yeah, the old Sycamore, yeah. Yet this is now the second attempt that has been made on Cassia's life. I need answers. We're ready to tell you everything we know so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Though in Pathfinder by the rules is Rusty Dagger Shanktown, you have the potential of dying in one hit until you hit level 2s to basically anything. Yeah. Alright, why are people trying to kill Cassia? Everyone in the house knows the child is the keeper of the one true Starway Atlas, which once belonged to our great Novidor Tissifity Orcelio. The ungrateful wretch secretly hated her grace, and when Tissifity abdicated her responsibilities and set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. Does she really carry Tissifety's atlas? We believe it with all our heart. The Novator spent many cycles on the world where the child was born. It said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the Novator. Tissifety gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the Atlas, to Cassia, and therefore marking her as her successor. Tell me more about the renegades. They are madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of our great house. So carefully nurtured by the previous Novator Tissifety Orcelio, they deem the century of her rule a tyranny, and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed. Fools! If the Atlas were to be destroyed, the whole of House Orcelio would follow it into oblivion. Why do they want to kill her? Or destroy the relic? They dread its power, for only a Novator can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Starway Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. What do you know about her unbridled power? Special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but we learned to prevent most outbursts. As long as the child remains calm and remains in seclusion, the powers cannot take hold of her mind. Looks like you've fallen on hard times. To call your statement false would be a lie. For many years, we managed to maintain the fragile balance within our house, but then the Novator's departure shook the faith of many. Treasury is empty, navigators are scattered, the warp routes are scrambled, and many of our allies cannot be reached. Ugh. Which is why it is so important to complete the child's education. It is Cassia's duty to take Tissifety's place and lead the house to prosperity. Such is her great destiny. I think I've heard enough. We would be honored to hear your thoughts on the matter. I'll accept the compensation you have offered. We will arrange for the items to be delivered as soon as possible. I'll dismiss the charges against House Orsilio for what transpired. Please us to know that the enemy's schemes failed to harm relations between our dynasties, but tell us what future awaits House Orsilio and the Von Valancius Protectorate. Let's sign a treaty of friendship and of alliance between our dynasties. Almost died to a dire rat bite? Jesus. With great pleasure. Our emissary will contact yours and deliver the scrolls for your signature and seal. May the Emperor bless this new alliance. 15 Devastator! Oh my god. We shall help House Orsilio solve their current problems. Be highly disrespectful for us to refuse the aid of a rogue trader. We, Aranto Orsilio, do hereby accept your offer. If you will allow, we shall discuss the details later. Culture and technology. Theodora von Valancius was a very open-minded woman, but sagacious Tisiphone did not support many of her endeavors, and neither should we. We are afraid House Orsilio will have to refuse the rogue trader's offer. That's whatever. All right. Got a good outcome and spent on a lavish reception. 15 insight. 15 insight's like, I mean, that doubles what we already have. Why is it using my fucking stats? I hate when it makes me use my own stats. Never in your life ever have your main character be bad at persuasion and deception. Holy shit. Because you're here alone? Bullshit, my entire party's here. Well, 40%. There are traitors in your midst. Would the Lady Navigator not be safer under my protection? I rolled a 94. May have suffered the pain of a schism. Only we can protect the child from our brethren and lead her along the path of enlightenment to the Novator's throne. Under the expanse law, the payment for rescuing the Lady Navigator was a contract obliging her to serve on my ship. Under pilot law, under pirate law, rogue trader, we thought you a man of honor. I hate that the fucking first one failed. I'll personally decide when the Lady Navigator leaves my crew. If you object, we can settle the dispute with a duel. There we go. I got that one. Okay, sure. There's no need to spill noble blood, rogue trader. We are outnumbered and understand our position all too well. We will take our leave of you for now, only for now, but try to hide the child from us in the future, and there will be trouble. Motherfucker. Let us sign a treaty of friendship and alliance between our dynasties. With great pleasure, our emissary will contact yours, deliver the scrolls for your signature and seal. May the Emperor bless this new alliance. We'll try to hide the child from us in the future, and there will be trouble. Whatever. Fuck him. Damn it, Adira, you moron. Alright, what else do I need to do here? Oh. Okay. Oh, I have contracts again. Oh my god, I don't care about... I also have 89 fucking... No way, I was at 90 profit factor that I gave one up. Fuck. I had hit the next threshold and I gave one up. And this gives up 2 more for provisions, which I have 34 of. I don't need provisions. Alright, whatever. Oh. Wait, could I just leave from here? Oh, wait. Do you have anything new? Certain captain who owns a unique protocol, a family heirloom, which he has refused to sell me. His ship is called the Renegade's Fall. Perhaps you can chart a path to his hoarded treasure. I'll send you the coordinates. Okay. This beautiful eagle is his name. The name is Aquila. So as I saw her, I knew a creature of such proud grace simply must be properly taken care of. Now Aquila is an integral part of my life, and I am of hers. Does this bird have 2 heads? Yeah, it's got a real head and a mechan... Okay. Apologies, Aquila is still getting used to my replacement extremity. She liked the old one better. Cyber eagles have 2 heads, just like the Aquila. Okay. $30 willpower. Veil degradation is increased by 5. Wild degradation is 10 or more. Cyber Raven suffers no damage, and any relayed psychic powers deal an additional 18 warp damage to enemies affected. Hmm. Hmm. Is this better? I think no, right? I think the one that I have on is still better. Just barely, though. We're gonna go to the Void Ship Bridge. That'll clear off the injuries that we have. And then we will go back down, I guess. Because I guess I have to find the area and then sit there forever. Oh. Here we go. Q hubs with thousands of voices. Someone has rolled out betting and is sitting down to sleep. So is playing some bizarre musical instrument. Many are praying. Several highborn petitioners debating who is here on the most important business. You have to admit, the magnificent administrative machinery of the Imperium isn't without its rough edges. What a thrilling adventure this is turning out to be, Shireen. I've never seen anything like it before, and sometimes it's good to take a break from constant traveling. To give all the hot-blooded newcomers a chance to cover themselves in glory without us in the way. Count the people in the queue. People are constantly moving, coming and going, changing places, or simply disappearing from view. On your first step, you count 238 petitioners. On your second, 244. On your third attempt, the next batch of unlucky souls is ushered into the hall, and you lose count. Actually, Shireen, if you were to tell your pet assassins to put on a little show in this room right now, I bet the queue would get a lot shorter. To defile one of the blood webs sacrificed by dedicating to your avarice, think again, blasphemer. Yawn. Let's drag by intolerably slowly. Been there, done that. Crash back of your deck. You've wiled away 30 seconds of your wait. You wonder how long you have to go. For a waiting area befitting a rogue trader. Feel the envious eyes of the other petitioners upon you, but no one dares to do anything more than stare. Why? Because I have a fucking cushion seat. Wait patiently. 8 hours. Last 8 hours, the only thing that's changed? 205. Okay, that's actually not too far. Petitioners on queue placidly await their blessed hour when their appeal will be heard. Yeah. We'll take me what torturous trial have we let ourselves in for? So much precious time lost. We've only moved 3 3? What'd you say to make a good folk ahead of us? Hurry a little, just a little smidge. Make these slowly subjects bow down before the blinding radiance of our title, Shireen. The second option requires a little more patience. I've already found our first victim, the compassionate citizen who is standing 50 paces ahead of us in the queue. Simply offer the right words to unlock his heart, and he'll gladly swap tickets with you. Also, you have power to solve the problems of some petitioners, removing their need for a visit. Really need to visit a coveted window. After all, is there anything an ordinary citizen could want that is beyond the power of the Conqueror of the Stars to grant? We shall solve the problems of the common people. Wise decision, Shireen. Old traders always say if you could solve a problem with hard cash, It's just the cost of doing business. Oh, exalted one, could today be my lucky day? No longer will I have to stand in this hall waiting day and night for my turn to come. For this kind lord of House von Lancius as a benefactor of the downtrodden, he solved my problem. Steve Lord, take pity on this poor youth as well. I'll give you everything I have, I swear before the Emperor. Only help me solve my problem. Did not need everything, poor rich, only your place in the queue. Listen to the young man. Lord, I've been in this queue for 24 moons already, trying to get a permission slip to wed my fiancée Zazie. Unfortunately, the service of the Administratum refused to grant it without the signature of a highborn sponsor. Out of my way! Steve Lord, my 8th offspring, has lost his mind. He has decided to renounce his family, his noble title, and his talent as a healer, all for the sake of some tattered waif from the middle levels. A union with a commoner will put an end to his studies at the university. But should Dargonus and the Officio Medicae be deprived of a capable chirurgeon because of a passing fancy? Zazie is a healer too. She helps the people of the hive. Of the hive? Great deal more than any lily-white chirurgeon with a diploma. I do not want to live a life of idleness in the spires of Dargonus like you. Not when I know there are thousands of unfortunate people in the lower levels who need my help. God damn! Lives of commoners hold no value. Fucking hell. I grant you ownership. Holy shit. I'll sign the paper if you require, sponsor. Thank you, my lord. I promise I will tell my children's children of your kindness. Interesting way of doing business, Shireen. I'll keep that in mind. After allowing a brief pause, honest ragamuffin approaches you. The old man's toothless mouth breathes out a putrefying cloud of air as he speaks only 3 words. Death for life? You are here to request mortification so that your organs go to your granddaughter as an inheritance. She will hardly want your worn-out body parts, old-timer. Servitor disposal. Only now do you notice the tattoo on his right hand, the symbol of the Adeptus Administratum and several interlocking chains. It seems this old fellow is the property of a prefect of this palace. Granddaughter of this poor wretch was turned into a servitor 16 Dargonus years ago. After a recent accident, she was listed for disposal, and now this old man is volunteering to be spare parts for a soulless tin can. May the Exalted One keep me from such a fate. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, how dare Prefect's property try to make use of its own life? Holy fuck. Hmm. This is a tough one. Sacrifice only nothing to a servitor. Buy your granddaughter's release and see to your welfare. Can you, like, unservitorize somebody? I legitimately don't know the answer to that question. I've kind of just assumed that it's a permanent thing forever. Can a Warhammer servitor be returned to humanity, I guess, would be the question. Basically, no. Basically, no is what I'm saying. Uh... Yeah, we're gonna do this one. I'll give you the order for your granddaughter to be repaired, but if you wish to be with her forever, you will also be subject to servitude in perpetuities. Fuck it. Understand? Emperor, watch over you. Ugh. Didn't like that one. That's how the ruler of worlds and all the stars in the sky acts when he finds an unfortunate on the edge of his magnificent orbit. Beckons the next petitioner forward. I heard you were helping those in need. Well, my family, it's devastated. My life's work, oh, my shop selling rare hats, burnt to ashes. Living out my last years as a widow, alone in a cold, deserted manor, without servants, diversions, or delicacies befitting my status. Three? Alright. So I pay for it. I build it myself. Trying to turn her into, like, basically a second Argenta. Remarry. I'll find somebody for you. Why don't you? No more husbands or lives. I'm too old for that. I want to enjoy the last years of my life. Perhaps it's time you turn to faith, then. I think you're right. What do I want with a tumble-down manor house full of rats and a depressing view from the window? All life I've dreamt of interplanetary travel, a pilgrimage. That's it. Sell the house and what's left of the shop, and I'll buy a one-way ticket. And Emperor willing, I will die happy before my savings run out. Well, that was the music. I paid all the last few onlookers who were willing to give up their place. Pity they aren't also amenable. Like the ticket she now holds with satisfaction. Considerably in the queue, Shireen, but you aren't ready to stop there, are you? Also ask Kadir to use her talent. One second thought. No, that could be more distressed than suddenly erupting a volcano. Yes, that is true. Use your tricks. What is this supposed to do? Address a tender-hearted man. Like, what is that? What is, what? May the Emperor... Oh, hey, this is the named guy that I kept trying to talk to and it wouldn't let me. May the Emperor illuminate your path, brother. I'm Jai, and this is Terry. We've been in the queue so long already, we're practically family now. Would you tell us what brought you to this Palace of Order? Yes, light of the throne, bless you. My name is Menace de Peer. Been here a month already. I've tried everything I can to get through to that window. nothing working. My poor Elena. She's my daughter, my flesh and blood. They detained her on Vabo 6. Charged her, can you believe it? Charges are false. The administratum operates. I've said too much. I do apologize. It's my nerves. I just keep thinking about her there on Vabos. Shackled down in the mines. My poor Elena. As delicate as a flower she is. She got weak lungs, you understand? Always coughing. And now she's down in the mines. All that dust and muck. She won't cope with it. She won't. Oh my god. She was acquitted 2 years ago, but to get the paper certified and the seal, so much time has passed, and now here I am, standing, waiting. It doesn't matter. At the rate this queue's moving, it'll be 10 cycles before more. Oh, it'll be 10 cycles or more before our numbers come up. What was she accused of? Falsely accused, she was slandered. It said she deliberately poisoned a whole room of highborn folk with cakes. Never heard of the like of it. Those nobles didn't even make as far as the privy, panic, outrage, scandal, and so what? It was their own fault, that's what. Crate of fine Calaxian wine was found. Ha! Smugglers were found too. What did the smugglers do? They framed someone else and my daughter was charged. Of course, blame the smugglers. This is literally the last thing on his mind. Good luck. Well, good luck to you and your daughter. Much help to us if we're going to change tack like that without warning, Shireen. We're not going to get any ticket now, at least not using these methods. Step out an easy mark a mile away. In this hall, there was only one. Please do not abandon our mission before we reach. Oh my god. I shall stay, but only because I enjoy hearing your pleas. Fuck it. Scare these motherfuckers. As you wish, your lordship. Attention all, before you is his lordship Terry von Valancius, rogue traitor and anointed sovereign of this world. Bow your unworthy heads and give your master his rightful place in the queue. Version test succeeded. Blessed be his lordship, the rogue traitor, and the entire von Valancius line. Of course, we lowly subjects will bow our heads in reverence before our great sovereign, and will serve his lordship however it requires, for we find our purpose only through service to him. That's fucking right. Just as I expected? Well, almost. Do it. Do not need to tell me twice, Shireen. All's fair in love and bureaucracy. She's just gonna pickpocket that? These dashbags want to be tricked. I won't stop them. Smuggler watches the agitated crowd, whispering among themselves and jabbing each other with sleeves. She's the paper. Hum of activity returns to the queue. Petitioners exchange glances, clutching their paperwork. After a few seconds, you realize that the number being called out by the servo skull for the third time is the one on your ticket. Thank you for granting the road trader his sacred warrant and all its privileges. If we hadn't had to... Oh, shot someone. It went faster than I expected. We had a little bit of a wait. Yeah, only 8, 16, 19 hours, I think, is what we ended up waiting here. Certification officer leans over the document, his smoothly shaven head gleaming, his augmented ocular eyes whir as the lenses zoom in and out. With quiet scratching sounds, the cogita quills that serve in place of the officer's fingers make notes on a fine sheet of paper. The document is hereby certified. Returned to the master of seals in order to proceed, and may his light and wisdom guard you. Next. Finally. The Temple of Law and Order greets you, Terry Von Valentius. You have returned with all the necessary paperwork resumed. Yes. Wonderful, the Emperor blesses you with patience greater than that appointed to ordinary mortals. Allow me to verify the authenticity of your documents for the final time. Confirmed, everything is in order. And this one, the seal is smudged slightly. Let's scratch out my eyes. Now what? Oh, that came out of nowhere. Just one strike, not in his aim, not by his will, merely for myself. Would it be a grave trespass, I wonder? No, I must banish such thoughts. I suppose I could overlook it, given the rest has been certified correctly and promptly. Congratulations, Jay. You're now holder of a cave official. Do not forget to repeat the certification process once every 100 Terran years. Uphold the law of the Imperium proudly and honorably in the world of the Dargonus expanse. One more thing, loss of the certificate is a grievous transgression. Mr. Haydari, lose the original document, and you will be unable to regain your status as an official trade representative, not even with the road trader's endorsement. Yes, it seemed to bar. Give me the certificate already. Come on. Praise the exalted one who saw me through all these trials. She is something to tell the grandchildren about. How about how a humble mortal became a trade representative of the Imperium? Let's not bother the Damar any longer, Shireen. I'll discuss the next steps on the ship. Run, flee, run, get out of here. Oh my god. Alright, so I need to talk to Jai. I have a bunch of people I need to talk to. All right. So the crisis was dealing with the Orcelios. All right, who all the fuck am I talking to? Cassia, Gabella, and Jai. Okay. Cassia's up here.
It is so fortunate you have come. I admit I was seeking you out myself. After the events on Dargonus, it felt like an anthracite grey mantle had dropped on my shoulders. I spent a long time thinking about our very first meeting and what happened next. I cannot wait to shake off this dreary color. It was
Continue.
very naive of me to follow in the footsteps of the man who raised me in a gilded cage. And I was deaf to the needs of my own house. But you opened my eyes. As the future Novateur, I must gain wisdom to restore House Orcelio to its former glory, no matter the cost. Thank you. It will be an honor to keep guiding your vessel through the Sea of Souls, for as long as the needs of our dynasties are aligned.
Okay. If you're feeling a little safer now that Alina is dead.
On the contrary, Lord Captain. The mere thought of what happened tightens a grey-blue slip noose around my throat. To realize, again and again, how fervently your subjects hate you. I am sorry, Lord Captain. I should not have darkened your colors with my own struggles.
What is your special sight reveal?
The colorful shards of stained glass have risen up and enveloped Magos Haneman in a swirl of speculations. The silvery glint of metal no longer conceals his anxiety, nor does his scarlet robe conceal his doubts.
Alright, this is where I must beg my leave.
I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
Alright. Jai. Is where you. Further up than I thought.
Shireen, light of my eyes, giver of boons and savior of the needy. From now on, two sons will grace the firmament of the Font Valancius Protectorate. One bright and powerful, like the rogue trader himself, and the other slightly more humble, like his unassuming partner, the diligent owner of the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, and all around the light, Jai Hidari.
Continue.
As I promised before, my crew will be your eyes and ears across the entire expanse, Shireen. Just give them time. And of course, the assistant to official trade representative Jai Hidari is already rushing to Dargonus to deliver goods of rare and exquisite quality to you and your people, O master of many worlds. And once again, thank you, Shireen, from the bottom of my humble heart.
Enjoy freedom. Let's see if you found it. You found it much to your taste.
A taste that is sweeter than honey, and more titillating than the scent of steamy young bodies, Shireen. Oh, I most definitely am not opposed, Shireen. The sweetness of your
Oh,
lips,
new
Shireen,
cape?
clouds the mind better than Calixian wine on a balmy day. But you did not think I would just let you go, did you? A humble gift in return for all the trouble. May the Exalted One keep watching over the path that you tread.
Alright, what do we got? When the wearer ends their turn, they remove burning, bleeding, and toxic and negative effects from themselves and all adjacent allies. The wearer gains +2 temporary wounds for each negative. Oh. We're starting to hit the sleepies again. That's a good cloak, by the though. Do you know my Star Wars Skull Esquire just started saying some rather unusual things?
Exalted One himself must have put the words of truth into its mouth, Shireen.
Get off my ship. No. I'll see you later.
Oh, I have no doubt you will.
And dialogue. Alright, Cabela. The true pain. The truly painful dialogue.
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin honors us with a visit. The one who delivered this ark from the curse of your existence.
Nemo? Who is Nemo?
An aberration, your former foe, his eternal foe, my new companion in shadow and my trophy. You once knew him by the name Nemesite, but now his name is Nemo.
Okay.
Whenever I feel the need to voice my thoughts, I turn to him. He is far wiser in death than when he was alive.
What do you want to talk about?
For years, I have been honing my body and spirit through sacred rituals. I have ushered hundreds of souls to the other side. The hunt for Nemesite was not my first. Yet, after my enemy fell, for the first time ever, I felt empty. And that emptiness only grew heavier under the weight of the question that formed in my mind during that hunt.
Alright.
I prayed. I longed for his guidance to put my mind at rest. But in my self-pity, I showed weakness in the eyes of the Undying One. And so, my only answer was silence. I must therefore ask you this agonizing question, Domin. Tell me, what is the purpose of the blood-spun web?
What is the purpose of the blood-spun web? What is the purpose of the blood-spun web? Okay. You serve the Undying every. You also serve though you are the givers of his peace. The service by which you deserve the dynasty. You are the you're the scourge of the renegade. You deliver his vengeance in the name of righteousness.
Then that makes me the living weapon of another's will, forged upon the anvil of the tenets with the hammer of duty.
Exactly correct, yes.
All my life, I have walked the road that was prescribed for me. I did as I was told. I searched for the truth in other people's words, then repeated them in my own voice. And I never once questioned my destiny until you came along, Nemo.
Continue.
I might just as easily have met Nemesite's fate and he mine. All it would have taken is a different pattern of threads. The only distinction lies in our ideas. Thank you for this conversation, Domin. It has satiated the void that gnaws at my soul, if only for a time. As for how to seal this chasm for good, that I have yet to find out. May the tenets of the web guide me to the truth.
End dialogue. Get me away from her. Alright. Ow. Hi. Okay. Where are we going next? What do you think, kitten? What do you think, buddy? Where should we go? Oh, those conversations were rough. Do we just go to Vivos? Do we just go up here? I have fucking 25 navigator insight. Yeah. Oh. Hello, Ricardo. How you doing? It looks like we've finally gotten to the point. What are we doing? We just got Jai's side quest done, as well as the Arbitesmen. We got their 2 side quests done. I just talked to a whole bunch of people. I fell asleep for like 15 minutes. We did where's it at? We did this. What is this? So now so this is what we can do. Do a backflip? That would get me dead because I'm a fat man and I can't do that. Marcelio Prophecy. Well, we haven't been here yet. We got this nice little cluster of 4 in here that we could check out. It appears that a large void ship recently dumped a huge load of junk and faulty parts from orbit. The debris that did not burn up in the atmosphere is now blocking the flow of a mighty river. This dam is causing the river to overflow, flooding the nearby valley. A herd of large hooved rodents is gathered along the riverbanks. If the animals lose their usual habitat, they are doomed. How do you know? Have you tried doing a backflip? Maybe you can pull it off and you just don't know it. No, I am very well aware of my physical limitations. Valuable meat and pelts will prove quite useful. Orders the removal of the space debris from the riverbed. It's a long and laborious process, but the animals will have a chance to survive. Okay. We'll definitely get my blood flowing. Yes, but I would like my blood to continue flowing inside of me. I would rather not gash my head on my fucking desk or whatever the hell. It takes many planetary turns and hundreds of crew members to remove the heap of trash and unclog the river, letting the waters flow freely once more. The rodents run back to their pastures without so much as a backward glance at the people who saved them. Of course they did. Yeah. They're just animals. Of course they didn't fucking... Well, thank you very much, sir. Nothing here. Alright, space dust. Objects discovered, trophies, fuel, hell yeah. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And pirates. Piratees. Hi. What's up? What's up? Oh, really? Dude. I literally brushed half a cat's worth of fur off of this creature less than 2 hours ago. It's on stream. It's in the VOD. I still can't... I can't deal with this. Wait, what is this? So what are the enemy? Oh, it's literally just... Wait, is this the only enemy? Oh shit, we're just gonna fuck this guy up. You are you're about to have a bad time. Bye. Yeah, that was... I feel like I'm a bit over leveled compared to where I should be. Wait, why are you saying that there's a thing to be done now? What do you mean? Promethea. Where's... What? I have 19? This is 5 Promethium, though. I literally just left. I literally just left. Layaways, too? That sounds fun. Let's go layaways to something. What are you doing? Every jump could take decades or just a few minutes. I don't care. I'm upset. This is also a very cool looking star. Plasteel 3. I actually only have 16 plasteel right now. But I also only have 4 fucking extractiums. Okay, Mr. Know-it-all man. If that's the case, then why is it only Dargonus that's getting fucked up? Why are none of my other planets having any issues? Hmm? Soldiers were killed by shots in the back. It seems they were executed by their own comrade, who then used his last charge to blow his own brains out. Hello, Citrus keycard. Keycards are like this, so just, okay. don't have nobles not being babysat. But they do! They literally do! Gaping hole in each corpse head. They were brought out one at a time and shot from behind at point blank range. Oh, that seems fun. You hear that? That screaming. Passengers will keep their mouths shut. There is no screaming. I hear it too. Oh, Emperor's screams are so loud. Please stop this torment. Why are you torturing us? Something's not right. Wardens, combat positions, tell the bridge we have suspicious activity here. Get back, damn mutants! Isn't it right? You can't treat us like this. What are you gonna do to us? We want to live. Embrace the gift of decay. Yep. You know, when you scream embrace the gift of decay, you know, that's going to get the Inquisitors to shoot you. You dum-dums. Considering my last 80% attempt. I secretly daubed on the wall. Seem to track you. Hey, we did it. Rolled a nat one. Rolled a 1. Crazy. One of the times that rolling a 1 is actually a good thing. While at birth, heavily soiled with blood and vomit, it is also equipped with straps that were used to bind its inhabitants to the bed whenever necessary. Rotten brick of corpse starch, passengers' rations. Judging by the lingering smell, it was dosed with a sedative. Well, that's unpleasant. People are not killed by weapons fire. Perhaps there was no ammunition left for them. They're brutally butchered with knives and beaten with gun stocks. Jesus. An asthmatic rasping can still be heard coming from a broken box, a screeching cacophonous melody. Sets your nerves on edge and scatters your thoughts. Okay. Seems like a pleasant place to be. Definitely somewhere that I want to be. Oh, we can't go through here. Why is there just flesh? Practicing. Small fish, eyeless and slimy, dart and wriggle about in the rank water. What? Oh, there is water there. Embrace the gift of decay. Yep. Found a corpse. Found stuff that it doesn't. They want us to burn. The cocoon's translucent. Through the cocoon's translucent film, you can see the vague outlines of a decaying body. The ribcage has been broken open. Heart still beats inside it. This is xenomorphs? The fuck? Fuck you. Fuck you. Nope. Readings indicate that the ship's reactor is still running, though perhaps not for long. This explains why the ship's interior is warm. It says, with ice everywhere? Excuse me? After being shot, these poor wretches had their skulls caved in around the temple, as if to make doubly sure. That's terrifying. From time to time, tiny sparks of psychic energy burst out of the cocoon. It's fine. Oh, hey. Plastic substances are not labeled, but you recognize a few of them as combat stimulants. Identify yourself. Warden Kappa, whatever. Reporting for patrol duty at the main confinement cell. Atmospheric sensors indicate the presence of unknown impurities. High risk of contamination. What? But, say to the Emperor, what's happening to me? There's the extreme contamination levels, initiating global alert. Decay, decay. Alright, so demons happened. Hooray, demons. Alright, I fucked up. Yeah, you had a bad day. Tangible psychic radiation is coming from the gurgling sludge. Perhaps it is the source of the vision that seized you. Tree is sprouted right out of a person. Or that's a pillar. That is a mechanical pillar. This tree is sprouted right out of a person. His broken bones have formed the collars of branches. His cracked skull is merged with the trunk, and dried gore now coats the skin like bark in a thin layer. I hate how these are pulsing. I hate how these are pulsing. No one will hurt us here, and no one will hurt you either now. Grant us eternal life. Nurgle, father of decay, for we do not want to die. The las guns, flamers, and shock weapons in the containers are covered in a layer of whitish maggots and partly eaten away by acid corrosion. Oh, good. I'm glad that's super cool. The flamethrowers are that's a good thing. You want flamethrowers to be partially melted by acid, because that's definitely not going to result in anything catastrophic. The crates contain fragments of plate armor, rusted and covered in fungus. Oh, hey, look, finally a check that I can get. Lore Imperium. All right, let's see what we got. After the last shift consolidation, they transferred me to the pariah barracks, and everything they say about these freaks is true. I don't know if they're raised this way or if they really don't have a soul, but just being near them makes me feel sick to my stomach. Cold, unfeeling, empty creatures pretending to be human. They beat and execute the passengers like it's nothing. A normal person is disgusted at the thought of smashing a person's skull. Well, either that or they like it, but not them. They don't care one bit. If it was up to me, I'd toss them in the hold with the rest of the mutants, but the psyker tricks don't work on them at all. Very handy when you're traveling on a ship stuffed full of enraged psykers. I had to move one of the psykers from the communal hold to separate quarters. That traitorous piece of shit was encouraging the others to revolt, and our esteemed ship's confessor ordered us to give him a good hiding. We beat him for 2 hours or so, and by the end, my damn cough had got so bad it was unbearable. I'm worried I'll be called to see the chirurgeon. If command find out about the crap in my lungs, they'll toss me straight out of the airlock. My only hope is my new augmetic. Although the guy who fitted it on Flacia Prima was strange. He gave me the creeps. So did all his machinery. No doubt it was all illegal under the Imperium's laws, but I didn't have a choice. A wretched build rat of a voidsman would never rise high enough to have his aches and pains treated by someone from the Adeptus Mechanicus. Just hoping to get this thing clear. I'm just hoping that this thing clears up on its own. Ah, the good old, if I ignore it, it'll go away. So we need a key for that chest. Sorry, we lost contact with hold section 238 and 239. The riot is spreading. Emperor, have mercy on us. I want these blasphemous mutants take control of my ship. Broadcast those over all Vox channels. In the name of the Inquisitor, Uton Hall, all crew members are hereby ordered to take up arms and begin a total purge of the holds. Every sector on board must be destroyed. Cleanse every inch of this ship with fire. The Emperor protects. Apparently not. Oh! Oh shit, there's people behind us too. Oh, okay. Okay, so Adira still goes pretty early here. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Let's do this. Nice. I have no need for dismantling attack right now. All right, Adira. Very good. Very good. Just killed like 80 people. Yes. Holy shit. Yeah, suddenly 238. A casual 238 willpower. Why did it go up so high? All right, so I got this item. Where is it? Yeah, whenever the wearer kills an enemy, they receive a stacking +5 bonus to willpower until the end of combat. So, you know, we got 125 from it so far in this fight. Pretty good. Pretty good, not gonna lie. For how long? Until the end of combat. I don't have any movement points anymore. That's right. Does anybody actually take any? I take it 0 damage as well. All right. So wait, we're gonna do. Wait, what does this scale off of? Weapon proficiency. Wait. No, it's willpower. Man, if only... I need to reveal the light on Adira. Let's just give her another 24, you know? Fuck it, why not, right? What's she up to now? 275? Almost 300. We're getting close to 300 here. But here's the thing, Jello. Cassia doesn't do nearly enough as much damage. So, like, if we look at this, 19 to 22. Oh, shit, I didn't actually mean to do that. Her damage scales on perception. Yeah, whereas, like, I didn't actually mean to set her up here. For this. I did not at all mean to have her be the person who is doing the thing. So we're gonna set you on fire, and it's just gonna kill it. It's just gonna kill it because I do 248 damage all of a sudden. That's hilarious. That wasn't even an entire round. Cabela didn't move. Like, Bella didn't even get in action in that fight. Neither did Abelard. Corpse's flesh is crystallized and turned into a translucent sarcophagus, and sealed within is the slop of their putrefied... The walls of the lift shaft are coated in a layer of putrefying goo containing revolting growths, the bodies of the people trapped within. You're scribbling in some blasphemous... God damn it. I'm real tired of this shit. Statement from earlier, I tried to warn you at the start that this snowball's really hard as you get further in with any remotely competent build. Yeah, the thing is, I didn't know what remotely competent builds were. Where there's death, you'll find his gardens. Where there's decay, you'll find his power. Yeah. talk about Nurgle. Oh, there's a whole bunch more zombies. So we got a bunch of poxwalkers. I have a plague bearer. I think for this, we just shoot the plague bearer, right? How much health do you have? 220? Then maybe move so that you have line of sight to the target, dumbass. Wait, why did I... This puts this guy in range. 100% in range of this fucking bird.
Am I getting paid for this?
Yes. What does this do again? It's all for 18. Gotcha. Not a whole lot relative, but... Oh! Wait, what happened? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, because this guy died! God damn it! Wait, I didn't realize that she could die when using her fucking heroic act.
Never cross a Casbalican.
Okay. So let me scroll back up. All right. Well, I guess. Let's take a look at this thing real quick. So, first off, it has 0 armor, 0 dodge, or anything. Yeah, so all the Psyker's attacks, including... Post 3 MP, which will be removed. The creature's temporary wounds are 0. Oh, no, she did. She summoned the giant fucking, like... Manta Ray Demon. It's just Jai was able to kill it. Who do we give an extra turn to? Who do we give an extra turn to? Or maybe we don't give somebody an extra turn right now? Now I know I won't play with any crazy Psykers. Oh no, the Psykers are incredibly worth it. Because there are actually ways to mitigate that, especially with the Raven. I actually specifically set the Raven here to mitigate that. But I didn't realize that the guy I was trying to siphon that particular side effect off to had already died. Apparently he died when I used the chain lightning over here or something. I don't know. It was really weird. What? Why? Wait, why did it damn it? Wait, what? Try to create a shield that grants this pose plus 3 MP and will be removed the creature's temporary wounds. Oh shit. Who's this? Oh, it's you.
The other side awaits.
Wait, where are the enemies at? Ah, here. What does this do again? Makes an attack with their primary weapon on hit. The target suffers damage. It is affected by any damage. Immediately suffers 4 additional instances. Oh yeah, that should be fine.
The undying Emperor whispers his will.
Are you fucking kidding me? How much health do you have left, you motherfucker? He has 1. Are you kidding me? Well, he's dead regardless. He's the only one that's still alive. There's nobody left. What? I'm so confused. What am I supposed to do now? There's nobody left and I can't damage this thing. It just spawns new people. That's so annoying. Especially since my AoE, my major AoE person is dead. Can I? You have Medicaid, right? Fuck. Excuse me. Oh my god. I forgot. She just sometimes doesn't have shit all for fucking movement. Well, I guess it's because that's exactly what this fucking ability does. It gives a set number of movement points.
I can do that with the right incentive.
I'll reload. I think I'll just stop for there. Let's see.
I won't suffer this. I can't allow myself to do this.
Okay, Cabal. Good. Alright, we're gonna bring you here.
This goes against the tenets.
Wait. So there's no way to get her back up in this fight, huh?
that I could. I cannot serve you in this way.
Bullshit. There's no reviving people in this game. That's so cool. It's actually so incredibly awesome. I love that. That's like one of my favorite things.
As the tenets demand.
But in return, they are immortal. Ugh. It's gonna take so long to do anything.
I will do my
So where are all the enemies now? We got a bunch of them here. One here. One there. It's one of the first ones, but he's also after Terry. What does this do again? Okay. On my playtime, the only way I found to revive people in combat is Heinrich, specifically him using the Biomancer staff while at full HP. Apparently can target downed allies to heal. Oh, I do remember seeing something like that, maybe. We're gonna do... I mean, target is too far.
Tell me, and it is done.
Are you fucking kidding me? What do you mean there's no line of sight to the target? Literally just across, like, are these fucking railings blocking line of sight? So you just, I do remember that. What do you mean he's still alive? It's fine, he dies at the beginning of his turn anyway. Previous railings a +5 immunity. Fucking apparently. All right. Well, at least now I can move. Okay, now I have line of sight on him. Good. So we're gonna redo that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this.
rejoice in service.
And then I'm gonna reload, and that's gonna be that. Unfortunately. What the fuck did he just do? You've got to be kidding me. Just fucking stab me in the balls.
Death is a blessing.
How many stacks of this do I have? I have 2 stacks of the jump. Should heal all the plague people? Yeah, but like, A, he's not in one. And B, that wasn't what that was. Oh, I guess he is in one. I'd be fine with that. The thing is, he just has an ability that's just like, yeah, I heal the full, fuck you. Alright. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Wait.
Know your duty.
All right. Fight's done. Oh, hey, we did this. Unholy shot. The emulator reduces all toxic damage suffered by this warrior by 50%. And the warrior has heretical votary. Also, heal 1 each time they suffer toxic damage. Okay, cool, great, awesome. Oh my god, that's so crazy and incredible. I do not have the time to read this right now. All right, we're gonna take that. Okay, we're gonna bring everybody here. I don't have time to read all this fucking lore. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna save. We're gonna save, we're gonna save, we're gonna save, because that's already 8 minutes past. Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna be coming back here. We're gonna be doing this shit. We're gonna level everybody up. We're gonna read the 2 things that we got here. We're gonna get the other key. I'm gonna hope that that's for the chest that's in that one room that we couldn't open before. And then we'll do whatever else is needed in this area. So yeah, we did the Dargonus thing today. Apparently there's yet another thing in Dargonus that I'm gonna have to do tomorrow that we will do once we leave this area, maybe, possibly. I have a billion more navigator insight, so I can actually start just like plotting courses whenever the fuck I want, basically, which is gonna be really nice. At least, basically, they're going to be jumps to and from Dargonus. Is basically what I'm going to be getting to. But yeah, so tomorrow we're going to be doing all of that. No stream Sunday or Monday. Oh, before I go, finally have confirmation. I will be swapping to days on May 12th, which will be the first day that I come back after my week, my birthday week vacation. Also, the week before that, I am on vacation. But I will be trying to swap I'll be using my vacation to try and swap my sleep schedule 2 days. So I'm not entirely sure how streams will be that week. There will be streams that week. I just haven't figured out how we're going to do that. They're going to give you a company car. Yeah, it's a company van that I'll be using to drive. So I'm not going to be doing any wear and tear on my own vehicle, which was one of the prerequisites for me to even get the job. I'm not going to do, hey, let's tear up your fucking car forever. For like 50 cents, like for basically no extra money. But yeah, so confirmed on that. That's really cool. I'm really excited to get back to days, and rejoin the land of the living. It'll make my life infinitely easier. Beyond that, or before that, Next week, because we already talked about tomorrow. Next Tuesday, we're going to be continuing the Ditto run. That's from the game. Sorry. Next week, we're going to be continuing the Ditto run. On Tuesday, we're going to be starting Devil May Cry 5 on Wednesday. We finished the DMC 4 this past week. We will be starting Devil May Cry 5 on Wednesday. That's going to be super exciting because we are back to me being entirely blind for that series. I had played 3 and 4 in the past. I have never touched 5. All I've seen of 5 is various cutscenes and reactions to various cutscenes. So I have been spoiled on some of the plot points. But I have seen basically zero gameplay. And the chair meme. I also know of the chair meme, yes. I am aware of the chair meme, yes. But yeah, so that's the plan for the next week, and also some info for the further out future. But for right now, I gotta go. If you have not done so already, and you're over on the YouTube side of things, I would very much appreciate it if you hit the like and subscribe buttons. And if you want to get notifications on when I go live, hit that notification bell and set it to give you notifications for when I go live. If you're over on the Kick side, hit that follow button. It's also very much appreciated. It helps the channel out quite a bit. If you would like to financially support the streams and me, the streamer, on YouTube, I have links to my Throne and my Patreon down in the description, and I do have subscriptions available on Kick. Yeah. But beyond all of that, regardless of whether or not you choose to do any of that, it does not matter. I still appreciate that y'all are here. So thank y'all for being here. And as always, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I hope you all have a good evening, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.